I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no.
Not me being an actual YouTuber and using a tripod. What? Anyways, today is June 28th, 2023 at 11:05 in the morning. And it's been exactly 6 months since my grandmother passed away, left to go to heaven, died, whatever you want to say. And basically, I just want to make this video, one, as a way to commemorate that, because I cannot believe it's been 6 months. In some ways, it feels like it's been 5 minutes, but in other ways, it feels like it's been 3 years already, or, a longer time than that. But I just wanted to, say how I'm feeling. Because, maybe you are going through something similar, or, I don't know. So for those of you who don't know, hi, my name's Emily, and I lost my grandmother when I was 25 years old. I was lucky to get almost 26 years with her, but 25 years with her. And she unfortunately suffered with vascular dementia, and she also had a stroke too. Maybe it was multiple. I don't believe it was multiple, but it could have been. But anyway, she was quite sick. But my mom is one of 9 siblings, and they worked very hard to keep her home. We had, dementia hospice home with her and stuff, and it was just a lot. But there was a lot of people who loved my grandmother and rallied around her. So, but yeah, we got the call around 9 a.m. that she passed away. And it's weird. I immediately burst into tears. But then I was able to chat with my best friend, and thank God she answered the phone that day. Because, it's all well and great when somebody can handle you, like, when things are good, but when crap hits the fan, it's really important to have those people that you can go to, and my best friend was one of them. And then I've had a bunch of friends. One dear friend of mine sent my family and I food, so we didn't have to think about lunches or meals or really anything, and we could pick out whatever food we wanted. There was so many people who just were above and beyond with fruit baskets, sandwich baskets, just everything. And the wake was hard for me because it was more like people were like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And like, at least for me, like, I felt like I had to reassure people that, like, it'd be okay. But the one thing for me that I did enjoy was, on the obituary, people could, like, leave comments, and, like, sign a guest book, basically, or whatever. And, I enjoyed reading, like, the impact that my grandma had on other people's lives as well, not just my own and not just my family's. She was a visiting nurse. Like, she would go to people's homes and give them home care and stuff for many, many, many years. And we got to hear from quite a few of her patients, and even like her patients' children that said, oh, she took care of my, family member or whatever. And so just to hear the impact that she had on other people was quite nice, because literally all that you have left at the end of the day is your legacy. Like, nobody, like, yes, people care, like, how many hours you work, and like, oh, she worked for 40 years or whatever, but it's the impact that you made on people, and that was rather nice to be able to read. Not to say that I didn't cry, but honestly, I cried for like the first 2 weeks. And honestly, to say I really haven't cried. I really haven't cried much. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think I miss her. I definitely do miss her, because she was the person who, like, other than my immediate family, she was like the person who I went to when I had like a good day or a bad day, or I wanted to fill her in on something. She'd be the person that, everybody else was busy, and but Nani's always up for a call. Like, it didn't matter like what time it was or whatever. Like, I remember, like, I would always at least say hi to her before I went to school every day, because like I had like major anxiety, and it just like she was like the calm to my, like, basically tornado of a being. She was very, very calm. And I don't know, her just presence lit up the room. But I think I feel like an overwhelming sense of peace. Not only because I have a lot of like mementos to remind me of her. I keep her mass card, which is like the little card that you get at the end of the wake, and it has like the birthday, the death day, and it's usually either like a Bible verse, or it has like a prayer on it, or some kind of poem. So I have a few of those laminated, and I keep one like in my desk of my cabinet of stuff over here, but I also keep one in my wallet, just to keep her with me. And then I'm working on getting a necklace with her writing on it. I have the writing already and everything. I just have really sensitive skin, so I need to get like some good gold, like from an actual jeweler place. But one of my Peloton friends has one of those metal stamper things, and so this isn't her writing, it's just the font of the metal stamper. But I have this, and it says, "I love you, Nani." And the writing that I have is from one of the last birthday cards she sent me before she really got sick. And it was my Sweet 16 birthday card. And I always said that when she does pass away, I'm going to get that tattooed on me, which I still plan to do. I'm going to do it when I see my brother, because he has a really nice tattoo he got recently for his daughter, my niece. So I'm going to get the tattoo for my grandmother. It's probably going to be the one and only tattoo that I ever get, but I want it. So anyways, I think I also just feel peace because she was so sick for so long, that she's finally free, or at least I have faith that she's finally free, and she's not like in pain anymore, and she has her memory back, she has her speech back, because she wasn't able to speak for probably a solid year or two. She'd love to sing in my church, so like she has all of that back. I really do feel, but I also just feel peace because like I feel like she's right next to me, or like I feel like, you know, they say, oh, they're looking down and seeing everything, and you know, I believe that, you know, like I believed it, but I truly do feel it because her and I were like this, like we were peanut butter to each other's jelly, you know, we were like this, and so I truly feel that she's with me, not only with me, but with like my aunts and uncles and stuff, and cousins and my little nieces, you know, because if you would have told me that 6 months ago that I would be okay and I would be able to like, you know, live my life and go through a surgery and go through like some scary stuff and like be fine and be here, you know, and be here to tell the tale, I don't know if I would believe you because I was very, very nervous about my grandmother dying. My therapist that I see now, she, one of her specialties is in grief because I knew that I was going to have some major, major work to do. And the shitty thing about dementia is that you grieve the person twice. You grieve the person who you knew as like the one who was always at your brother's soccer games or your sister's soccer games, or I was a choir kid, so my choir concerts and stuff. And then so like you grieve that person, and then you grieve their physical body when they when they lose it, and then you finally grieve them when they're no longer here. But, you know, I mean, she wasn't my mother, granted, but I did go through, like, a lot with my mom. And, like, it feels kind of isolating sometimes when you, like, have to put your stuff, basically, on the back burner for somebody, which I truly would not have it any other way. If anything, this whole experience has taught me that your people will find you. Like, you know, like everybody's always looking for their group of people to do life with and all this stuff. And, you know, as shitty as dementia is and as crappy as this whole thing has been, it's brought me like the salt of the earth people that I know that I could call 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4, 5, you know, whatever. Just, you know, that would take time out of their day to make sure that I'm okay, you know what I mean? So it just, it's nice, you know? And yeah. And so, I mean, I'm proud of myself because I thought, like, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Because, again, I was very nervous about her passing away because she's my person. But I feel like she's with me, you know? And I've also put in a lot of work to do better with that. So, if you aren't in therapy and you're grieving somebody for the long haul, I highly recommend it. And I just think that, you know, you could miss somebody. I miss her every single day with every fiber of my being, whether it's a picture that pops up on Facebook or, you know, your iPhone makes these little videos now, or, you know, whatever, or just like, you know, playing music with my niece, and like, you know, I remember I had a whole playlist of like old songs that like she liked, you know, and we would play them, you know, because a lot of the research that we had done, you know, said music was helpful, you know, and so my uncle sent, you know, one of those speakers over there, and she had it in her house, and we played music constantly. So, you know, or just, you know, anything like that, or like March Madness. Like, she loved college basketball. She was a huge fan of the Connecticut Huskies. She even had like a sign. I gotta find who has that now, but she even had like a signed poster from them, and we got it framed, you know. And you know, she was always just like an encourager of people, you know. Like even when like the basketball team lost, like she'd write letters to their PO box and stuff, and just all the things. Like, she literally, I mean, I'm sure every grandmother's like this, or, you know, grandmother figure or mother figure, but literally you could be having the crappiest day, and like you could be thinking like everything was going wrong, and like you just go sit in her presence, and like you're like automatically better. Like, that's what I miss most, is I miss the feeling of her hugs, and I miss like touching her hand, because in the end there, I like couldn't physically help or do stuff, but people always told me, oh, rub her hand, hold her hand, because, you know, she knows that you're there. And yeah, I miss that. I miss like her hugs, and I miss her smile, because she literally, I don't know, she was the best human ever. And I know that one day I will see her again. It's, you know, it's hard, but at the end of the day, as much as I miss her and I want to see her, I also have peace knowing that she was a very faithful person. And even though I do have questions to this day why God lets people suffer, I know suffering was not for nothing. Whether it was to teach us a lesson as her caregiver, or to teach the world a lesson, I don't know. I know that it's taught me to be more present in the moment. And, you know, yeah, pictures are great, but you could live it with your eyes too, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I know that, you know, she loved Jesus fiercely, and she, you know, she's so happy to be there. And so, even though it's been a hard 6 months without her, she's had, you know, she's finally been reunited with my grandfather, who she'd been apart from for almost 20 years. I couldn't imagine being apart from your person for that long. Yeah, so even though she's been gone from us for 6 months, I to make myself feel better about the whole situation, I think of what she's gained. You know, she's had New Year's in paradise and eternity, and she's had you know, Valentine's Day and Easter, which was one of her most favorite holidays ever. She's had St. Patrick's Day, she's had, you know, March Madness, and if we think those are fun times down here, I couldn't even imagine what they're like, you know. an eternity with, coffee and ice cream and, the best grilled chicken salad you've ever had and stuff, and, just everything is better. I saw something from somebody that I want to leave you with, and is actually my favorite Peloton instructor, Kendall. Her mother actually posted it, and it said, "Why do we only rest in peace when we die, or whatever?" And the caption she wrote was like, "Well, we gotta flip the script." And I was like, that makes so much sense. Like, even though my grandmother was very sick, she found her ways to be peaceful, and she would do her rosary when she was, feeling anxious and whatever. And so we can flip the script to feeling peace when we're alive too. And so that's what I challenge you to do, because even though I got 25 years with her, it's never enough. And even though I was very, very lucky to get those 25 years, I could just use 5 more minutes, Well, anyway. Yeah, if I've learned anything, it's to be thankful for literally everything that you have. Tell people that you love them. Tell them often. Make it weird, because it's not weird to express love, because you literally never know. And do what you love, because life is too short. So yeah. But thank you guys for being along with me on this journey, and thank you for giving me this space to be creative and to express myself and my feelings. And just know that if you're walking through grief, I love you, and I'm here for you. Bye, guys.